I guess my life has been, your typical young, raised in the church, young fellow, born and raised in the Mennonite Church, and baptized as a youth. And then I guess I was a little like the Israelites and wandered off from there and just kind of said, thank you, God, and forgot about him. I guess life is a journey. We've jokingly said through the years that if I was a cat with 9 lives, I've used probably most, if not all of them up. My first maybe run-in with death, so to speak, was as a wee child of, maybe 4 years old. We were out fencing on a wagon, and he was horsing around, and so of course, being the little brother, I had to horse around too, and we're sticking sticks in the ground, and proceeded to flip myself off the front of the wagon and got ran over by both wheels. One of my next episodes was where God tried to get my attention, was being in a car accident and managing to roll a car over several times with a carload of other kids. And pretty sure back in those days, none of us were belted in, but the only corner of the car that was destroyed was the corner where somebody had been sitting, and just prior to us taking off, it got out of the vehicle. So, at that point I look back and I say, God, you were watching over me. You were watching over the people I was with. And, that was kind of a wake up, and I thought, thanks, Lord, you kept me safe. Headed out west when I was 18, I guess, for 6 years, and stepped right into the whole, drugs and alcohol and working in the oil fields, working hard and playing even harder, I guess. God, I'm really messing up here, and I need you. One time I was driving a truck, 5-ton straight truck, I think, full of explosives. Got to the top of the hill, brakes failed, and drove it backwards down the hill. A guy followed me down, said he had me clocked at 100 kilometers an hour, passing several vehicles, and 2 kilometers later I parked it in a field down by a river, missing a hydro pole I took the mirror off on the hydro pole. So once more God just said, wake up, and I'm watching out for you. So I probably did for a little like the Israelites, a few days, and then forgot about it again and carried on with my life. And slowly but surely, as I go through life, or have gone through life, I've come to the realization that I shouldn't be doing this on my own, or I need to rely on Him. There, I guess I moved back home and back to Ontario, and there was a young lady back here who I ended up marrying, and it was interesting. A number of years later, after we were married, she relayed to me this story of how she, as a child or as a young person, was told she should pray for her husband. She had no idea who her husband was going to be, but she should pray for her future husband, that he would be kept safe. So she took that to heart, and she said she did that through the years. She prayed for me or for her future husband. It reminds me a little bit of Moses almost, that you think of the Israelites out there turning away from God all the time, and yet Moses kept praying and saying, Lord, keep them safe, and they're foolish, but protect them. And He did. And I'm forever grateful for her for that. In some ways, it's time I try to not be first, and I need to be second, and I need to put God first. It's been a journey. It still is a journey. I'm just the story that He's writing. I am Steve Weber, and I am living in